everybody, my name is Brittany and welcome back to my channel. Happy fall! The leaves are changing color. They're especially the cedar leaves here. We have lots of cedar trees, so you can really see the contrast between the browns and the greens. It is getting to be cooler out. It is time for cozy sweaters and of course things like harvest dinners, Thanksgiving, and Halloween, and it is the season of the harvest and spooky things, and of course pumpkin spice beverages abound that taste absolutely nothing like pumpkin spice. So I am here with my favorite fall sweater on. This is just a very sort of lightweight but still quite warm long sleeve sweater with one of these collars that, you know, these kind of larger collars. Anyway, it's one of my favorite sweaters. The material is incredibly soft, but it's too hot to wear it during the summer. And it's not enough for winter, but it is just perfect for fall. Fall is also the season of my birthday, which is coming up on October 6th. And I am so happy and so excited to share with you guys some recommendations for my absolute favorite season of the year. And that season is fall. So that is what today's video is going to be. These are going to be some cozy fall recommendations. So go ahead and grab yourself a cozy blanket and a hot cup of your favorite hot beverage, and get nice and cozy. Put on some, soft socks, cuddle up on the couch, put your feet up, and get ready to dive into some cozy fall recommendation reads recommendations. Okay, so without further ado, I guess we'll just get into it. So, during the fall, the sky is starting to get darker and winter is coming, and it just feels, some people really don't like the fall. They feel like it's kind of dark and gloomy and not really a very happy time. So if you are someone who is feeling that way and you're looking for a bit of a darker fantasy, I am going to recommend one of my husband's books, actually, and that is The Way of Shadows by Brent Weeks. This is about an assassin. It is very dark. It's about survival, and it is definitely a very dark sort of YA novel. I would consider it YA. But yeah, it's about assassins, and there are lots of things that sort of happen to this young man named Azoth, and he comes to be an apprentice for a very skilled assassin named Brent, and there are some things that have to happen to him. And it's a very dark fantasy. So if that's something that you're looking for, highly recommend. My husband said it was extremely dark. He said he really enjoyed it, but after he finished it, he had to just have something lighter to kind of offset it. So just be prepared. It is a very dark book. Okay, next up, Fall is the season of Halloween. See, I'm already saying Halloween. Halloween is my most favorite time of year. I love spooky things. Not so big on like gore and stuff like that, but I do love ghosts like Casper. I love a good ghost story. I love the festive side of Halloween. I love the kind of spooky things, haunted houses, that kind of thing. Really kind of pique my interest. Oh, hi, Dodge. Did you want to be in my video again? You see something? Hey? Hi, buddy. Hi. You want to say hi to everybody? You want to say hi? No? You can settle down there. Yeah. Okay. Looks like we've got company. So anyway, so Halloween is, of course, the season of cats. He's not black, but still, cats. And witches and ghosts and all things spooky. And if you are in the mood for a kind of spooky Halloween-y kind of read, I am going to go ahead and recommend Serpent and Dove by Shelby Mahurin. Now, I have just recently started this book, but I am loving it already. It is so good. It is about a witch and a witch hunter who end up being forced into this marriage to each other. And as you can imagine, that is going to lead to some very interesting things. This witch is undercover. She's on the run. And she leaves her coven, and she's kind of gone into hiding, and she ends up married to this witch hunter. So as you can imagine, the premise is very, very interesting. I find it very original. And as you can imagine, this is going to cause some problems. I'm actually in the process of writing my own sort of spooky novel, so I'm very excited about that. But this one is beautiful. I absolutely love this cover. It's so gorgeous, and it's just really something that I think if you like Halloween, I think you would probably enjoy. Okay, next up. Fall is also the season where I live, because I do live in a small town, in a small sort of county community and country community. And in this community, locally, not so much in, like, it's kind of like a group of communities that I live in. Anyway, it's a group of towns. It's a group of towns and a couple of very, very, very small cities. They shouldn't really even qualify as cities, but they do. Anyway, so yeah, so very, very small community. So in this kind of community, we have, in each of the towns, there's often a fair, a fall sort of county fair that comes, and it is just, it's, fall always makes me think of carnivals and fairs and just sort of county fairs, big time rides, lights, all of the things that make up a county fair. With the rides and stuff, it's just, it always makes me think of that. It also makes me think of circuses and performances and talents and magic and different things. So that being said, if you are looking for a book with, and I also like to think of county fair romances. I see a lot of young teen couples going to the fair together, not necessarily teen, even older couples going to the fair together. Yeah, anyway, it's a wonderful kind of young adult couples going to the fair together. So if that's the sort of vibe that you're looking for, kind of an intriguing, kind of a magical kind of performance-based vibe, or like a kind of a fall romance vibe, I would highly recommend The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern. This book is unlike anything I have ever read. The way that Erin Morgenstern writes, her word choices, the way that she describes sounds and smells, it just, you feel like you're there. I feel like I'm there, hearing and smelling and tasting everything that she is describing. And it's just, it's a beautiful, beautiful story. This story is about a circus that only comes at night. It just sort of appears one night, and no one really knows when it's coming or not coming. And it's only open at night. And there are two young magicians who are in a contest with each other to see who is the better magician, but they don't actually know that they're in a contest with each other. So this is really, really a magical, beautiful book. And if you like fairs or theme parks or carnivals or circuses or anything of that nature, I think you would really, really enjoy this book. I know I've read it. I loved it. 5 stars. It's an incredible book. I'm definitely thinking about possibly rereading it this fall. It's so good. It's so good. Okay, and last but not least, of course, fall. Who likes to come out in the fall? Not only cats, but also bats. I love bats. They are fantastic creatures. They eat so many bugs. Excuse me while I deal with that. The neighbor is over visiting with my parents, and his dog is whining. So give me one moment. Sorry about that, guys. So we're back. So cats and, of course, bats. Bats are fantastical creatures. They are just so amazing to me. They are so cute. I love bats. I know some people really don't like them, but I love them. I think they are adorable, and I think they are fabulous creatures. They eat so many bugs, and just the way that they see the world is just always been so intriguing to me. I've always been very, very intrigued by them. They're always something that I've been very interested in. So what I am going to recommend, this is going to be the only middle grade on this list, and that is, of course, Silver Wing by Kenneth Oppel. This is a incredible story about, well, here, I'll just read the back to you because I think the back explains it better than I can. But oh my gosh, this is one of my favorite books. This is one of the books that originally got me into reading by myself, like instead of being read to, reading on my own independently on a very consistent basis. I love this book so much. The first time I read it, I was in school, and I would sneak it under my desk, and I would pretend that I was listening to the teacher, but in reality, I would have my head down and I'd be reading under the edge of my desk so that I wouldn't have to stop, because I wanted to know what happened next. So I'm going to read the back for you. So the back says, Shade is a young silver-winged bat, the runt of his colony. Determined to prove himself on the long and dangerous migration to hibernaculum, millions of wing beats to the south. Determined to prove himself on the long and dangerous winter migration to hibernaculum, millions of wing beats to the south. During a storm, he is swept out over the ocean, away from his family, his friends, and the only life he has ever known. Alone and frightened, as winter fast approaches and the temperatures plunge, Shade sets out on a remarkable journey to rejoin his colony in the south. And of course, and the Globe and Mail I think they describe it perfectly when they say readers with a penchant for losing themselves in fantasy worlds will revel in Kenneth Oppel's Silver Wing, a richly imagined work. And Smithsonian Magazine says a tour de force fantasy, can't put it down, adventure for readers around age 8 all the way to adult. Yes, and I would say so too. This book is fantastic whether you are 8 or 80 or anywhere in between. It's just a really, really incredible book. There's a reason it won Mr. Christie's Book Award. It just incredibly written book. I highly recommend. Please, if you haven't read it, pick it up. I promise you, it is more than worth your time. This happens to be one of my favorite books of all time, if you probably aren't surprised, but yes, I absolutely love and adore this book with all my heart. And yes, Silver Wing by Kenneth Oppel. This book is what made Kenneth Oppel one of my favorite authors of all time. Every time I read it, it's like the first time I've read it. I love this book so much. And it will always mean the world to me. So, highly recommend. Okay, and those are my fall cozy reading recommendations. I hope you all enjoyed. I hope you enjoyed hanging out with me and Dodger. And yeah, I will see you guys all next time. All right, guys, bye.